What's going on, everybody on YouTube? Star Wars 1744 here. Today I'm going to be doing a Battlefront 2 walkthrough with commentary this time. I know I did a walkthrough about a while ago, but I didn't have commentary in it, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to redo this and do some commentary. Plus, I kind of ran out of ideas on what I should do. I've been trying to play Smite, getting some good gameplays on that. However, it keeps lagging every time I try and play, so that it's not going to work out. Yeah, with the new Battlefront game coming out in November, I decided, you know what, let's revisit Battlefront 2 and see what we can do with this. Just get back into the action. So, yeah, let's just get into this.
In the waning months of the Clone Wars, the 501st faced missions critical to the agenda of Chancellor Palpatine. When we arrived at the bombed-out ruins of Megiddo, our Jedi commander believed we had been sent to take out a droid energy collector. What Ki-Adi-Mundi didn't know, however, was that our unit of the 501st was really after an experimental Megiddan power source that the Chancellor wanted for his super laser. Keeping Mundi in the dark wasn't easy. The Jedi had become increasingly wary of the Chancellor's doings, and were on the lookout for the slightest hint of treachery. Just like the rest of them, though, he never caught whiff of what was really going on, until it was far too late.
Alright, so I'm basically going to be giving you guys some tips on how I like to play this game, and basically I'm just going to be going over a bunch of stuff that I find really helps with me playing this game. So yeah, this is level 1 Megiddo amongst the ruins. So I like starting out as the clone trooper because obviously he's like the best of the best. Now, because this is on elite difficulty, the droids are going to be fairly tough to take out, but tossing a few grenades and just firing down the line, trying to aim for the head, is the best idea. I'm also going to try and do this where I stick with my squad as best I can. So basically what I'm going to try to do here is not separate from the squad as best I can. But yeah, when you're playing this game, you want to really utilize movement. You want to keep moving as much as possible, as well as you want to also be trying to dodge, deke, dive, and all that other good stuff to try and obviously avoid fire. Because on elite difficulty, the droids are pretty accurate. But as I said, I like playing as this guy because he's got the blaster rifle and he's like the best. Jumping into the ATRT over here can also really help with this first mission where you need to go down this long sort of walkway. There's a lot of droids that spawn on the left side here, or on the right side, as well as up here on top, but you don't need to worry about those guys really until you get actually up there. Most of you guys will just camp on that turret, so don't really expect them to be doing too much. But there are some Magna Guards that spawn up there. Now, Magna Guards, 9 times out of 10, they're just going to throw up a recon droid, and then they'll just stand still. So it's fairly easy to take out those guys, because you can just shoot the droid itself and not worry about the recon droid. Now, a good thing about just camping up here when you need to cap this point is over here in the corner, because you have the ammo and the health droid right beside each other. Right. Okay, so now we gotta take out some turrets. I'm gonna switch over to the heavy trooper for 2 reasons. 1, it takes out the turret in 1 shot, and 2, there's a tank over here. what I like to do with dealing with tanks is just drop a mine. 9 times out of 10 it'll just walk into it and then kaboom. So let's just shoot down that rocket turret. Let's shoot down that turret. Now there's another tank over here. If you don't have any mines, the weak spot on this thing is the gun at the top. But yeah, usually just shoot a rocket at it, get its attention, then just drop a mine in its path. Easy peasy. Now that stupid turret, now the turret moved out of my way there, so I'll just chuck a grenade on top of it. This guy is not going to get blown up by that. Okay, now we can play as Ki-Mundi. Ki-Mundi, in my opinion, he's a decent Jedi. I'm just gonna go with him just for the hell of it. But yeah, now we need to go take out the shield generator. It's fairly easy, just jump on the shield, take it out. The blocking mechanism, in my opinion, with this game, when you're playing as the Jedi, is a real piece of crap. Because 9 times out of 10 you'll throw your saber up and then almost instantly your Jedi, whoever you're playing as, will throw the saber back down. So it's pretty ineffective, I find. But coming over here is a pretty decent way to get some kills because the droids usually will walk over through that little walkway, try to get around you. I'm gonna go over here, help my guys, because I gotta try and stick together with the team. But firing in here is also a good idea. Those assault droids you gotta watch out for because they will shoot their rockets at you, and rockets do major damage to your hero meter, which, if you don't know, is that little lightsaber down in the bottom corner there. If that runs out, then obviously you lose your ability to play as a hero. But with Jedi, it's fairly easy to keep that full and filled up, I find. So now that CP is capped, which is usually pretty simple to cap it, we gotta go take out the core. Now I'm gonna go take out these cannons just because they're easy to take out and they give you a fairly decent amount of or a slightly decent amount of points in your health bar. Now the painful thing I hate about playing as Jedi is that in order to keep your meter full you need to kill enemies, and because you need to get up close, that's pretty difficult most times, 9 times out of 10. Yeah, like right there. That recon droid got me because I wasn't focusing on it, but whatever. It's decent. I'm gonna go with back to my ace, the clone trooper. Now, okay, what the hell is shooting me? Jeez, die. Okay, now this part's pretty easy. Basically, you just gotta go in the back on either side, and there are power generators. There are some Magna Guards that spawn up here, but they're Magna Guards, so they're pretty easy to take out. Usually, if you're playing as a Jedi, if you're playing as Ki-Mundi, just toss your saber around that corner when they spawn in. If you're playing as a clone, just obviously shoot them in the head, weave around to avoid their rockets, and toss a grenade around the corner if you can, because that is obviously a really good idea with the clone trooper. You really gotta want to utilize everything in his arsenal. Now there are 3 droidicas that spawn in here. Droidicas aren't really too difficult, but but they do have their shield, so usually you just gotta wait for your team to take it out. But they're pretty easy to take out, those droidicas. Okay, now that we got the core crystals, we need to get the crystals to the back to the main spawn. Now this part's pretty tricky because if you die, your whole team is just going to basically camp around the spawn point there, or camp around the core or the flag. In this case, it's power crystal cores. But yeah, your entire team will basically just sit in this area and not do not doing anything. And because they're playing on elite difficulty, your teammates don't really do too much. Like, most of the time they'll stand around and get shot at. All the enemies will pretty much be focusing on you. Now, there's two ways you can go here. You can go right or left. I'm going to go left because you get a little less opposition if you go this way. Because if you go right, I think there's a tank or two that spawns in. But there are some tanks that spawn over here either way. Yeah, there's two tanks. There's some droidicas that come down, as you see right there. They're rolling around. There's a couple of super battle droids, a couple of Magna Guards. It's pretty chaotic going around the middle area. So what I like to do, or my little tip for you guys, is go here around the side. There's one droidica here. Obviously, just try and not get caught by him as best you can, because if a droidica gets close to you, obviously he's gonna pretty much overpower the hell out of you. But once you get to the dropship, boom, you're good. So yeah, that's episode 1, my Gito. If you like this video, please hit the like button. It lets me know whether you want me to continue this or not. I'll leave a comment down below, and yeah, as always, take care, everybody.
The success of the mission on Megiddo was something of a revelation for the men of the 501st. Suddenly, we realized that the Jedi could be fooled. And if they could be fooled, they could be killed.